Hi guys, I'm Joyce and welcome back to Wondershare FamiSafe, an all-in-one parental control tool that you need to keep track of your kids' online activities and protect them from the negative side of the internet. Over the last few episodes, we have deliberately talked about different security concerns that the internet brings forward and impacts the upbringing of a child or teenager. This episode is the next addition to that series, as we are here to talk about different internet slang that your kids might be using on social media or several other platforms on the internet. We'll also explain how you can keep an eye on all the texts your kids receive to ensure they aren't using any bad slang in their conversations. So buckle up and let's get started with the episode. But before that, make sure to subscribe to Wondershare FamiSafe to never miss out on any future updates. Online slang parents need to know. Now, before we go any further, we would like to point out that using slang is pretty normal. Every generation has its own set of slang that they use in their friend circle or with close ones. The reason why using a slang in today's time has become a problem is that it can also lead to cyberbullying. There are many teenagers and kids who receive random text messages from strangers. Among other things, the use of slang is quite common in these messages. And believe it or not, the majority of these texts are sent to cyberbully a young person. Internet slang for parents to keep an eye on. So, to protect your kids from falling victim to cyberbullying, it will be crucial to get familiar with the slang that they normally use in their conversations. To make your job easier, here is a list of different slang that are pretty common on social media these days. First, STFU. STFU means shut the up, and it's one of the most common used slang on social media. The basic idea of slang is to shut off someone in the middle of a conversation. Let's say you are talking to someone and the other person is continuously speaking without letting you share your views on the topic. In frustration, you are most likely to say, "Shut the up" for not letting you speak. In the majority of cases, "shut up" is used to complete annoyance or anger. However, there are ways one can use it in a friendly manner as well. For example, if two friends are chatting casually, one of them could use STFU to mock the other one. The second one, GTFO, get out, is another common slang that teenagers throw around many times on social media and during physical conversations. This slang is usually seen in movies and web series, and that's why GTFO has gained quite popularity among teenagers. But it's also worth understanding that GTFO can have different interpretations. For instance, while some people use it in anger, others can also use slang to express shock. But since there's a swear word in this slang, it will be better to keep your kids away from it. Third, FYVM. And here is FK, you very much. Very much is another popular internet slang that you'll see many people using on the internet. This slang is used with a sarcastic tone to diminish someone's gift or action. In general, bullies use it in the place of "thank you very much" to insult the other person. Apart from bullies, FYVM is a common term in the meme world, as you'll see dozens of memes with this slang. How parents can stay on top of these internet slangs and keep their kids safe? As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, slang terms keep on changing with each passing day. Terms that were popular back in the day might not be trend today. So as parents, we need to stay on top of the latest internet slang and ensure your kids aren't using them too frequently, or at least not in a disrespectful manner. To tell you the truth, there are multiple ways you can familiarize yourself with the latest slang and their meanings. Some of these methods include: open up your web browser and go to Bookmark Urban Dictionary. It's a digital dictionary where you'll find all the modern day teen slang along with their meanings. Apart from using a dedicated dictionary, you can simply use Google to find the meaning of a particular slang that you've come across on the internet or social media. Another way to stay informed about new internet slangs is to talk to your kids as much as possible. The more you talk to the kids, the more you'll get to know about their world and slang they're using to talk to their friends. Now, in case you're concerned about people sending some vulgar slang to your kids on the internet, we recommend using a parental control app like Wondershare FamiSafe. With FamiSafe, you can control your kids' online activities and remotely block unauthorized people from sending texts to your kids. You can even track their real-time location to ensure they aren't roaming unnecessarily outside. One of the key features of FamiSafe is that it allows parents to set up explicit content detection and automatically block messages that contain vulgar or explicit terms. And the best part is that FamiSafe can detect such messages across different platforms, including WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Kik, etc. Let's quickly walk you through the procedure of setting up explicit content detection in FamiSafe. First of all, install and launch FamiSafe on your smartphone and set it up as the parent device. Once you have done that, install the application on your child's phone as well. But this time, configure the device as children. Then go to the Features tab on your device and select Explicit Content Detection. Now, on the next screen, you will be asked to connect the account whose information you want to monitor. Select the applications that you want to track and click Connect to link their accounts. Keep in mind that you'll have to connect your kids' personal accounts to do the job. After you've successfully linked the accounts, all you have to do is go to the Explicit Content Detection tab on the home screen. Here you will see a list of all the issues that FamiSafe has detected. From here, you can also block contacts remotely to restrict them from sending any messages to your kids. So guys, that wraps up today's episode on different internet slangs that are common among today's teenagers and what precautions you can take to protect your kids from these explicit terms. If you found this episode helpful, please make sure to drop a like and share it with your friends and family members. Also, if you want to see more parent-centric videos, don't forget to click on that subscribe button to Wondershare FamiSafe so that you don't have to miss out on any future updates. Thank you so much for watching and see you the next time. Bye-bye!